Hello and welcome to Gunners Daily YouTube channel, where I'm covering all the latest Arsenal news and everything that is happening around the club. We have some big news today. Finally, some positive news for us in this January transfer window and after our game last night, which, by the way, I will be dropping a whole video later on the current state of Arsenal and what do I expect from us for the rest of this season. But right now, for this video, we are going to talk about the latest transfer story that came out regarding Arsenal, and that is that Mikel Arteta wants to bring Amadou Onana to the Emirates. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Oh, by the way, like always, I forgot, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Okay, now let's get into it. According to Belgian journalist Sacha Tavolieri, Arsenal are reportedly holding intensive talks regarding a transfer for Amadou Onana, with the Everton midfielder said to be keen on the move to Arsenal. Quick reminder, the 22-year-old Belgian international arrived at Goodison Park from Lille for £33 million in 2022. He has made 16 appearances in the Premier League this term, scoring once, and has already been linked with a host of other clubs. Chelsea were believed to be chasing his services during the summer transfer window, while Manchester United are also said to be keen on signing him. But now, Sacha Tavolieri claims that Arsenal have made an approach to sign him this month, with Mikel Arteta said to be a huge admirer of the player. Big news, and finally something positive for us this month. After suffering 3 defeats in a row, this is the reaction that I wanted to see. Immediate quick response from Edu Gaspar and Mikel Arteta. No looking back, let's just get some deals done, stabilize the squad, make some tweaks and changes tactically, and let's push for all the remaining trophies. I immediately feel some positivity when I read news like this. I already talked about Amadou Onana, but let's get through it again quickly. In my opinion, absolutely brilliant player. His work rate is excellent, strong, powerful presence on the pitch, great in air, excellent reading of the game, great in breaking up play. Perfect fit for Arsenal, just what we need right now. The only problem maybe could be, in my opinion, that he is pretty similar to Declan Rice in terms of his play style and his overall qualities. So I don't know how would that potential Rice-Onana pivot to work out for us. But hey, our current midfield options are, other than Declan Rice, Jorginho and Kai Havertz. It can't get much worse than this. But let's get back to what Sacha Tavolieri exactly said. Well, he said that, and I quote, "Intensive discussions are taking place and things could develop quickly from this point." We've seen that report from Team Talk a few days ago that, according to their sources, Everton would consider letting the player go this January to generate some much-needed funds after all the problems they had with the financial fair play. But, here's a big but, they would want between 70 and 90 million pounds for the player. I know it's not the best of sources, but with the current state of football market, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if that's actually true. And Everton really want around 80 million pounds for the player. Look, he's probably, if we're being honest, been their best buy in God knows how long. He's still only 22 years old. I just wanted to take a look for comparison. He's younger than Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, Fabio Vieira, Kai Havertz. So he would be a perfect fit for our project, just what Arteta wants. But the main question that I have right now is, how are we actually going to pay, let's say, 80 million pounds for him? I mean, look, I couldn't care less how Arsenal Football Club is going to pay for the player. It's not my money, but we've been reading for these past few weeks that Arsenal are having a financial fair play problems. And if we don't sell some players to free up our budget, we can basically forget about any new signings, especially any new big name signings. At least that's what I took from all those articles and sources. We know Arsenal would reportedly be willing to part ways with Eddie Nketiah this January to generate some funds for some other deals, according to the report from Daily Star a few days ago. Matter of fact, let's quickly get through that report again to remind ourselves. Eddie Nketiah has been attracting interest from a number of Premier League clubs, most notably Crystal Palace, who saw an initial inquiry for the player turned down in December. According to the Daily Mail, Palace were informed that, as things stand, the forward is not available during the winter transfer window. But the Daily Star now suggests they are willing to change their tune if the Gunners can sign a new striker in January. The report goes on to add that Arsenal chiefs believe the 24-year-old is still capable of improving and would demand a sell-on clause as part of any transfer. Potential suitors will also have to pay £30 million for his services. Other clubs that are reportedly interested in the player are West Ham United and Brighton and Hove Albion. Both showed interest in Nketiah in the summer and are said to be monitoring the player in 2024 as well. Nketiah is under contract at the Emirates until 2027, having penned fresh terms only 18 months ago. So that's basically it. That's what the report says. So in theory, if we can get 30 million for Eddie Nketiah, and I'm gonna be honest, I think we could get 40 million for Eddie Nketiah in this current market, because some of these prices are absolutely mental. But okay, let's say it's 30 million for Eddie Nketiah, and we can add another 50 mil from our piggy bank, and there you have it, 80 mil for Amadou Onana. But also, another thing that worries me about this deal is, due to Onana's high price, if we truly go all out and sign him this January, I'm scared that this could potentially be the only incoming transfer for us. And that would be a complete disaster, because alongside a new midfielder, we desperately need to sign another top quality striker, especially now that Gabriel Jesus is injured. Once again, reminder, he already missed 11 games for us so far this season. So, yeah. So to think that Arsenal would be willing to spend, let's say, 80 million pounds on Amadou Onana, and then, I don't know, let's say 50 million pounds on Dusan Vlahovic in a January transfer window, nah, I don't think that could happen. Especially not with all these financial fair play talks that's been going around. I would love for it to happen, and in my opinion, if we are a serious club and we want to stay competitive on every front and fight for every available trophy, we need to push for new players in situations like this, especially now when we are having a deep crisis. Let me remind you, we have one win in our last 7 games in no competitions, and that was back in December against Brighton at Emirates, 2-0 victory. Out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup, 5 points behind Liverpool in the league, and we are in the round of 16 in the Champions League. So yeah, we are officially in crisis right now. Let's not lie to ourselves. So I think we can all agree that we definitely need some new players this January, and we need them right now. In fact, I don't know what's the holdup. January transfer window has been open for over a week now. Teams are already negotiating, signing players, loaning players, selling players. But Arsenal being Arsenal, like always, we are so slow when it comes to things like this. And we have to act quick if we want to salvage what's left from this season. Amadou Onana would be a perfect player for us, in my opinion. Just what we need right now. The right profile of a player to shake up this whole squad and, I don't know, maybe bring some new energy and motivation to the squad. Because we desperately need that at the moment. Just looking at our players, you could have seen that we are in a complete downfall and atmosphere is not good. So this could be one way to solve some of those problems. Bring in some new guys to shake up the dressing room and push us back on the right path. Even Declan Rice, who's arguably been our best player so far this season, can't do it all on his own. You could have seen that he is struggling massively. He's been putting double shifts because he can't rely on anyone else to help him in midfield. And with Thomas Partey still being far away from returning to training, things are not looking good for us if we don't make some changes right now. I don't know what will happen to Partey if this deal goes through, but honestly, who cares? He played 4 games for us so far this season, and as much as I love him, these injuries simply destroyed him. And if our plan is to wait for him to come back, then we can all say our goodbyes to any hope of lifting any silverware this season. All in all, finally some positive and exciting news for us. Finally something good for a change. Like I said, it's still not too late to turn this season around. Anything can happen from now till May. There are still a lot of games waiting to be played, and if we can stabilize and enter into the second part of the season with the right mindset, who knows what can happen. So Gunners, tell me, what are your thoughts on this potential deal? Would you like to see Amadou Onana join Arsenal this January? Write down in the comments. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!